Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to take a look at another David Gilmour track. It's really a Pink Floyd track that he was doing called Shine On, You Crazy Diamond. Now this is just the first half of that track, so it's about 12 minutes long. This was 2016 at his Pompeii show, where he went back and revisited Pompeii for the first time in 45 years. That's the setup. Adrian, I can assume you haven't seen his version of this song, which is basically...
No, I haven't. I haven't seen that version of the song. I haven't seen any of the Return to Pompeii video either.
I think we did one at some point. Oh yeah, and we're doing this mostly because we can't do it with Pink Floyd. But this is supposed to be a very good version, so let's check it out.
Remember when you were young, you shone like the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Now there's a look in your eyes, like black holes in the sky. Secret too soon. You cried for the moon. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Threatened by shadows at night and exposed in the light. Visions. Come on, you
Wow. So what did you think about that one, Adrian?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with the way the guy was playing very Floyd-like keyboards.
David Gilmour gives more latitude to his players than we heard in Pink Floyd. And so it was actually a little bit different. The keyboards were a little bit different. They were Floyd-like, sure. They used the same patches and everything, but he was playing those lines a little different. It didn't sound like he was trying to sound like Richard Wright. He sounded like he was trying to play, maybe as himself or what have you, give it a little bit of a twist. So I found that interesting. Even Dave's playing during the verse and also what the other instruments were doing was a little different. You had the organ be a lot more active, for example.
Yeah, there was another guy on the organ. There was one guy on keyboards, and then there was another on organ.
Chuck Leavell was on the organ from the Allman Brothers Band. Yeah.
Oh.
We've seen a clip from this show, Adrian. We saw Fat Old Son from this show. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the sax guy at the end, it made me go look up Richard Perry, who was the guy or Dick Perry, I'm not sure which he goes by, that played on the original Dark Side and played with Pink Floyd pretty much through even to Live 8. Because everybody, of course, is getting pretty old at this point that we're doing those original songs. They're all up in their 70s. Dave Gilmour was probably 70 there.
Yeah.
So it's quite a different presentation, you saw how long they let kind of the beginning and the end go, like compared to your average Floyd. So
It's pretty good to hear it. I haven't really heard the studio version that much, because I was listening to everything else that Pink Floyd did.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. That's valid. But yeah, so that was my impression. I have heard the studio version quite a bit in my lifetime. I mean, I've heard most of the Floyd catalog up through the wall. And then after that, it got a little spottier, although Momentary Lapse I also got to know really well.
I got to say, yeah, this performance was different. I think it was a little better than what I had been used to hearing.
Yeah, I kind of liked that they got a little extra latitude, and so it wasn't quite the same cookie cutter shine on that we were getting, in the 80s and 90s. Not that it wasn't absolutely fantastic. And by the way, also blocked. That's why we didn't feature it today. But this, I thought, was fantastic.
Yeah, the sax was pretty good. I noticed I couldn't get enough of that big bass sax the guy had.
Oh, yeah, the baritone sax.
Bass sax, or it might be a baritone sax, but I think it would be a bass sax, just the size of it. And then the tenor sax, I think, was the other one. Yeah,
looked like a lot of hardware to be slinging around your neck. But such is the life of a sax player for Pink Floyd, or for Dave. So not sure if we're going to hear another concert tour from Dave. Doesn't seem like it, but you never know. So in any event, if this was the last time, he went out on a very high note. He was every bit the guitar player he always was, and he was really a master at this point. He may have been better at this point than he was throughout his entire time with Floyd. Well, folks, tell us what you thought about that, and have you paid any attention to the David Gilmour shows that came later on after Floyd had retired? They are pretty good. The Pompeii that I've heard is really good. Gdansk was a really good show. I'm pretty familiar with that one. And there was another one that I haven't really listened to much called Remember That Night, which was just before Gdansk, so also with Richard Wright and playing a lot of the same stuff. Maybe we'll take a look at some of that at some point. And if you have suggestions for us, please leave those below, either Dave or Floyd. Not a problem, either one. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. Okay. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one, all right? Take care, folks.
See you all later.